Hello, I'm Shashi Tharoor, and I'm really sorry not to be with you all in person for this extraordinary conference, the Singularities International Conference on Truth. I was looking forward to the discussion on politics and truth, but it's politics that prevents me from being with you because of the large number of functions connected to the forthcoming Lok Sabha elections. The question of truth is a perennial one in politics. As we know, during our nationalist movement, Mahatma Gandhi insisted on the importance of truth as an indispensable ingredient of his political struggle. He said that noble ends could not be justified by ignoble means. And he was the first politician in the service of the struggle for truth, satyagraha, that he even transformed his political tactics as connected to a pursuit of truth itself. This approach of emphasizing truth was challenged by others, and the opposition of many other political leaders raised the question, can truth be modified by a possessive pronoun? Is there my truth and your truth and her truth? Or is there only one objectively verifiable truth? Today, in an era of fake news, an era of dispensable realities in which sometimes the same facts and figures appear to be turned upside down by different political formations, the question of whether truth has any role in politics becomes absolutely urgent. I do believe this conference should discuss these things. We should look at matters like how the GDP numbers issued by one government suddenly become a different set of GDP numbers by another government, how facts and figures on such notorious issues as the Rafale scam raise real questions as to whether anybody knows where the truth lies, when some submissions to a Supreme Court can be described as typographical errors or grammatical misreadings. Where is truth? What is the meaning of truth in politics? These are very important questions. I wish you all a very good discussion, and I am truly sorry that I'm unable to be part of it myself. Wish you all success. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Entering into politics is of different choices. Some enter politics out of passion and out of choice, and some enter politics out of peer pressure and others with the circumstances. On the contrary of introspection, how do you place yourself as a politician from the point of entry and the present?
Well, I think I've learned an awful lot, and not all of it is very good because politics is a demanding taskmaster, and I've certainly been through a few Agni Parikshas in my time. So I will not pretend that it's been smooth sailing. It has not. But in the process, I have grown to understand many of the challenges of being a politician in the real world. And at the same time, I've had to grow a thicker skin because of all the unfair and often malicious attacks upon me by not just fellow politicians, but also by the media. In all of this, ultimately, one must hold on to the truth. And I believe that what has been my saving grace has been that I've been able to approach politics with a respect for truth, with a fundamental commitment that sometimes I may have to keep silent, but I will not utter an untruth. So where I disagree with certain policies, my refuge has been in silence. Where I have chosen to express a view, it has always been my view, my truth as I see it. And that has been to me a rather important development. I've also been somebody who has always chosen to pursue his ideals within the framework of the politically possible. Even in the United Nations, you have global visions, but you have 192 countries who are your masters. Today it's 193. Similarly in India, you are accountable to the voters, you are part of a political party, you have to observe the discipline of that party, you are part of a larger society and must respect the cultural circumstances, the biases and prejudices of the society. So I can't pretend that any individual in politics is just free to act out their own ideals. One must accept that ideals are essential in politics. One must be truthful, but one must work within the framework of what is politically possible and feasible.
Can I ask one, sir? We live in times when we go pretty vociferous on truth and post-truth, and we know the influence of the technology and the media on the youngsters. At the same time, we see when there are voices of dissent, they are being stifled in centers of learning like universities. where we claim that universities must be the center of creative ideas and youth voices must be heard and plenty. When such kinds of dissent is being stifled, when we are not teaching them how to manage dissent, where do you see the role of academia in this huge democracy?
There is no question in my mind that academia has a very, very important role to play. First of all, there is no such thing as post-truth. That is a Trumpian era concoction. As far as I'm concerned, there is either truth or falsehood. There can't be post-truth. Because post-truth implies that you can have a completely different approach that ignores the real truth, but dignified by not calling it a lie or a misrepresentation. Today, frankly, I'm reminded of the line that if you follow the media, you are misinformed. If you don't follow the media, you're uninformed. So either way, you need information, but you also need, through academics, through the academic world, the framework and the basis for understanding the information that comes your way. Now, if you're going to do that, then very clearly academia must focus on giving people the tools to appreciate objective reality, to also appreciate their own perception of that reality and their own views. Facts are facts, but opinions are your own, and you're entitled to form different opinions on the basis of the same facts that you and I see. Now, in those circumstances, it seems to me that dissent is indispensable. Dissent means that you will challenge the prevailing orthodoxy. Dissent is out-of-the-box thinking. It is moving beyond the conventional, beyond the traditional, beyond the "it's always been this way" kind of argument, which is what keeps societies repressed. Therefore, the ability, the possibility to challenge, but to do so respectfully in the realm of ideas and not through violence or fisticuffs, that is what a university campus should provide. And therefore, the answer to good ideas can be other good ideas, and the answer to bad ideas should also be good ideas. Ideas, opinions that are well-founded, well-informed, well-researched are what comes out of a serious university education. And I do believe academics have a major role to play.